All right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You know, one thing about the Igbos is that no matter how hard you try to betray them, or how hard you try to sabotage or use propaganda in anything you are doing in life that links to this our liberation, believe me, you will surely fall. Look at what happened to Ifeanyi Oba. Look at what happened to this past chief of army staff. So once you have tried to betray this liberation, anybody that have tried to sabotage or betray this liberation, this particular liberation that have taken 3 million lives, 3 million lives, 3 million people died on the course of this liberation, and more are still dying. So any moment you try to sabotage the freedom of the people, believe me, the gods of our land will strike you dead. So some of these cabinet members that the Nigerian government used some of these cabinet members to deal with Simon Ekpa. Believe me, a lot to be reviewed on this broadcast. Just relax and listen, because the current chief of staff, that is the chief of staff of the Biafrans in diaspora, the Biafrans in Exile government, she has spoken a lot. A lot have been said, and that is why Simon Ekpa needs to be careful, because believe me, what happened to Nnamdi Kanu will surely happen to him. Believe me, that is how this same IPOB rebelled Nnamdi Kanu, and Nigeria government have to kidnap him from Kenya. Now Nnamdi Kanu have been in custody close to 3 years now, getting to 4 years now, in DSS custody, no trial, nothing, to tell you how wicked the Nigerian state is. So if Simon Ekpa is not careful, believe me, what happened to Nnamdi Kanu will still happen to him. So that is it. So that is what we are fighting for. So anybody that try to sabotage this government or sabotage our liberation, because so many people have died for this liberation. So many people have died for this liberation. And believe me, Biafra is coming. We just did our declaration 2nd of December, and you see what is happening in Nigerian state. The whole world was watching what is happening in Finland. You can see what is happening in the Nigerian state. You can see what is happening in the Nigerian state. The more they keep invading our villages, the more they keep destroying our properties, the more we keep neutralizing them. That is the fact. Now, before we continue, please listen to this broadcast now. Listen to what this chief of staff said yesterday about how this rebel movement have started in the Biafra government in exile. Now listen.
Once our prime is not in the picture, somebody have to step in to help Biafrans achieve those templates that the prime minister has laid down. So when the issue happened, then we had Briggy cabinet. Some individuals in Briggy cabinet met with the CRC, the Conflict Resolution Committee, and they said they want to appoint somebody that is going to take the place of the prime minister. The Conflict Resolution Committee now issued a memo requesting for Biafrans, Briggy members that want to step into the issue of our prime minister to submit papers so that they can go and review them and vote and make them the interim prime minister, even though the PM has set the template for the structure of the government. The Briggy cabinet members, upon seeing this letter, called for an emergency meeting and called on the chairperson of this conflict resolution committee in the person of Imam Madwabu. And we were surprised on why this letter. PM had already had a structure. So why this letter to request for people to apply for the position of the prime minister? Eventually, the Briggy cabinet members voted that this is inappropriate, and they took a vote to suspend the conflict resolution committee in a vote of about 20 in favor and about 9 against. Then after that, there was so many commotions, and I believe eventually the Prime Minister was able to see that letter. Then, through our internal attorney, through our PM civil attorney, a WhatsApp was opened. I just saw myself inside our WhatsApp forum. And in that WhatsApp, there were 4 other individuals in that WhatsApp that was opened by PM's civil attorney. There was Honorable Imam Madabo, there was Honorable Ogenkere, there was Honorable Uche Obi, the European representative, and there was myself. In that WhatsApp, the PM's attorney informed everyone, these individuals that was in that WhatsApp, that she reached out to PM to avoid chaos, to avoid crisis that some people are finding. And the PM has clearly stated to those individuals on that WhatsApp that the leadership, his surrogate, will be Madam Dr. Ngozi, until PM will be able to join us. Excuse me. That was what happened. Since after that notice was given, some individuals in this struggle that claimed they were following the Prime Minister become very sad. They were not following rules. I tried to reach out to a couple of individuals that I know has things to do for the Prime Minister. I reached out to the Defense Minister. I reached out to Honorable Ogenkere, the Finance Minister. I requested for a private meeting with them to ensure that the government continues. The Defense Minister obliged, and I met with him for some minutes or hours. The Finance Minister, Ogenkere, refused to meet with me. I called several times. I sent him messages. He refused to attend. I called several cabinet meetings. We sent him the invitation to come to meeting so that we will know where our finances stand. I'm not going to go into details of some of the reports I got from some of the men on ground whom are being part of helping to make sure that things are running smoothly. But rather than work with the government and the structure that our Prime Minister has established, the Finance Minister, Honorable Ogenkere, decided to do his own thing. I requested to talk with Success, because every now and then in meetings that PM and I has been, I know every now and then, not in all cases, because PM's way, nobody knows it. Anybody that comes out to tell you he's doing this with the PM in that way, that person is not being sincere. Because PM follows experiences of what happened in the past and is very, very cautious. In fact, you will not know that what you are doing, another person is doing it, and that is the way PM operates. I try to reach out to Success because every now and then he's the one.
Unwrap a world of entertainment with DSTV.
Lashes or help to run errands on ground. He refused. While the Brigade cabinet members keep trying to reach Ogenkere in up to 4 meetings, which he refused to attend. A couple of cabinet members tried to broker peace to see how they can get him to come to the Brigade cabinet meetings. He refused. At a point, when one of the cabinet members reached out to him, he said he's not going to attend a meeting unless Success is at the meeting. So, knowing what I know, I already know what is going on. and I don't need anybody to tell me anything. My own is to make sure that when we raise money for our Prime Minister, who is one of our biggest fundraisers, we want to make sure that the money we are raising for our Prime Minister is going to the appropriate places that he requested.
Onye ọbụla nwe onye m ije nwaanyị degoro anyị na Biafran struggle. Onye ọbụla respect that woman. And okwu a na-ekwu unu mara ka unu esi mee ka ọ gaa viral, mee ka ọ gaa viral. Ndị Igbo onye ọbụla kwara onwe ya ugwu. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ anwụgo ihe a na-eme. Start from aka Ojukwu ruo n'aka aka ụwa siri ike bata n'aka Nnamdi Kanu ruo kịta. Aka na-ekwu okwu Biafra. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ anwụgo, ọtụtụ family erizugo people. So onye ọbụla bịara ihe gbasara ihe Biafra bịa maka ego. Chukwu okike abịa ma agaghị agbaghara onye ahụ. Chukwu okike abịa ma agaghị agbaghara onye ahụ. Onye a ga-ata afụfụ ọ bụla ihe gbasara ego ka iji wee bịa na-eme ihe Biafra struggle. Chukwu okike abịa ma agaghị agbaghara gị, adị ga-anwụ ọnwụ ifere. So onye ọbụla kwanyere onwe ugwu, wepụta n'obi unu. Onye Igbo ọbụla ma ya pụtara ime ihe Biafra, wepụta obi ya ka anyị nụọ ọgụ, ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Anyị bụ ndị Chineke gọziri agọzi. Chineke nyere ihe niile na-enye mmadụ n'ụwa. Onye mere ụwa niile ji enwere anyị anya ụfụ. Anya ụfụ ka ị na-enwere ndị a chọrọ ikpochapụ Igbo. Plan ha dị wipe Igbo out na this surface of earth. O dịrị ha ji wee mebia, mana Chukwu okike abịa ma na-aza anyị, mana ndị Igbo amaghị ihe. Ndị Igbo amaghị ihe. Ihe onye ọbụla chọrọ bụ ego. Ka uru ọ bara gị nwetara ego bịa bụrụ slave. Ndị Igbo ka kwara n'onwe anyị ugwu. That woman onye ọbụla kwara ya ugwu. Onye ọbụla mara otu esi were Simon Ekpa, onye ọbụla were ya like that. Nwaanyị ahụ odego ọtụtụ ebe maka Biafra. Amaghị ihe unu na-ezuzu fundraising. Ọ na-enwebe ndị na-handle fundraising before. Ka ihe unu na-azọrọ position. Ka unu achọ iji kwere onwe unu ugwu. Ndị a na-achị onwe ha. Ome ndị Igbo atọka. Ihe ndị Igbo na-eme bụ ekpebiri ihe fe n'elu, ibi eke n'elu, je na-apịa datin. Ọnya debere anyị n'ọnọdụ anọ ruo tata. Anya ka o jiri kasị na Chineke gbachiri anyị nkịtị. Ndị Igbo kwari n'onwe unu ugwu. Chineke achọghị ịnapụta anyị. Obinigwe nke asaa achọghị ịnapụta anyị, mana anyị eji aka anyị lapụta onwe anyị. Ọsụ n'uzuzugharịba.
How about the finance department? Now, moving forward. Those of you that have been following our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister has always said, upon the declaration of the United States of Biafra, the Brigade Cabinet will be dissolved. I know he has said that publicly and privately. And that is exactly what I did. With the power vested in me and in nobody else, it is me that he vested that power, because I know the reason why he requested for that to happen. Which is not what I'm going to start explaining here. If somebody respects our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and he gave that order, why should the person or the individual try to disobey that order? And they will tell you that they are fighting for Biafra. They want to raise funds for Biafra. Is it the job of the finance department, headed by Sonny Akpalawa, to be talking about raising money for the Biafra restoration? It's not his job. But for some reason, they all decided to do what they think they want to do. As we are speaking right now, the finance minister now has sent out a Zoom meeting for the state administrators in Homeland to meet with him tomorrow. But he refused to come to the meeting with the person that the Prime Minister have given the power. But he went. This is just to disorganize and disrupt. But you know what? Not in this struggle where I am. This case is dead on arrival, and they will fade if they want to. Like I said again, I don't know their issue. I'm not going to get into that. But we have a defense minister that is currently attending to some issues in defense. And that is the right thing to do. Because when PM was available, most things come to him. Most information come to him. But all of a sudden, because he's out, some people think They are the ones that is in charge of everything. I find it very sad that somebody will come to the air to tell the world, that without him, the Finland Convention wouldn't have happened. And that is why it's very, very important for us to know how we can help the finances. We don't want nobody coming out to say that without him or her, the United States of Biafra will not be achieved. That's a slap on our face. That's a slap on the thousands of people that support our Prime Minister financially to get the United States of Biafra. So for Biafrans to have that bandage on their face every time, that without me or without anybody else, or without the finance minister contribution, that there will be nothing like United States of Biafra. Nothing like that. All of us contribute in our own way. I'm not going to tell people what I contribute in this struggle. I'm not going to tell people what I've...
I'm not aware of it. I think it's a surprise. To hear what you're going to hear from me this evening, you will be shocked. I want to assure you, you will be surprised to hear it. Like as I said before, I have not come here to talk about anyone. Neither have I come here to insult or address or even analyze anyone. Makani higini nifonye na maro. Some of my words this evening will come in parables. Ifonye na maro anara amaya, and ifonye na maro amambudaya. There is no possibility for that. I want you to pay attention, my people. Many things are happening, but it is my duty as Biafra Unite or Odenanwa, it is my duty to put things in order together, and of course to make sure that things continue moving forward. Now, listen to me, my wonderful people of Biafra. You see, I'm going to shock a lot of people this evening. Somebody said go straight to the point. Please, if you are not ready to listen, you can quickly exit from the broadcast. Don't push me to help you. If you have come here to listen to gossip, I am not here for you. I will mention your name. I will mention your name. Mary J.E. Alohan. I don't even know that name. Probably you are from Ilibinu. I am not somebody that I'm not used to blocking people, but one more comment from you, you are fired. Anybody who has come here this evening to listen to gossip, this very broadcast is not for you. I have come here to send a direct message to those who are involved in what is going on in the BLGIE. I am not here to say this person you are wrong, this person you are wrong, or this person you are right. No. Makani higeni. Nifonye na maro. I keep on hitting on this word. Nifonye na maro. Amamaya. And nifonye na maro. Amamburoya. I will tell you the reason why I'm using that word. Now, a lot of people have been calling me on telephone. I think we are approaching 1,000 people watching now. So I think I will just go straight and send my message. Then after sending my message, I will start analyzing this very video on the screen now, because I have to analyze this very video and put these people to the dustbin where they belong. So, for the fact that we are already, enough people here, I think it is not enough people. We are already many here. I think it is important for me to send my message across. Now, after the redeclaration of Biafra, let me even begin from yesterday. It's going to be very, very important so that I can be able to build my foundation. When Biafra is redeclared, there are some other things that should be done for the total restoration of independence. I don't know if you're paying attention. I told you this broadcast will be like a bomb. It will be like a bombshell. So everybody should pay attention. After the declaration, which is a spoken word, when you redeclare, this redeclaration is like showing the world your intention and your capability to govern yourself and your readiness to govern yourself. And when you redeclare, you stand on that redeclaration or declaration. You stand on it, because through the redeclaration or declaration, you will now get the restoration that we are talking about. Restoration is the final one. People can say Biafra has been restored. Fine. I'm not arguing with you. But in actual sense, there are two things there: redeclaration and restoration. When you restore Biafra or freedom or independent nation, you will be recognized by the United Nations, and a table will be kept for your leader whenever there is United Nations meetings. It will be written there, Republic of Biafra. You will see it there, the same way as other countries are being written on top of their table. You will see your own name there. You will see your president or your prime minister will be there, written Republic of Biafra. Are you paying attention? So let us not misuse these words or begin to deceive ourselves. What we have been talking about is to go to Finland and redeclare Biafra. We have not said to go to Finland to restore Biafra. Pay attention. Pay attention, Tebonka. Pay attention. I have not heard myself or heard Mazi Simon Ekpa, the PM, saying we are going to Finland to restore Biafra. We say we are going to Finland to redeclare Biafra. Now, after redeclaring Biafra, we will fight to defend it. That fight to defend it is what is going to bring the restoration. There are two ways of fighting to defend it, which is the guerrilla warfare which is going on in the homeland, and of course the diplomatic battles which are taking place in the diaspora, especially in the United States of America. The moment the United Nations recognizes you, then you have restored your independence. And why we are using the word restore is because we were independent before. That's why we are using the word restore, because we are going to bring it back. The lost independence will be brought back. That's why we use the word restore. So let this thing be very, very clear to everybody, that we have redeclared Biafra, and this fight that we are heading into now, or we are already into right now, is to permanently restore the lost sovereignty. So please, let us know what we are doing. It is very, very important to be very clear on what we are doing. Very, very important. Now, let me send my message across. Like as I said from beginning, I am not going to be here for too long. So many people have called me since yesterday, or should I say since day before yesterday. I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people have called me. No, that was day before yesterday. Many people have said so many things. They have written to me. They have called me on phone until I even stopped picking calls. Based on what has happened already and what you have seen on the media for the past 48 hours, it is very, very imperative that somebody like me will come out and address Biafrans. Very, very important. Maka ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si na Kenya nara nọ n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụrị ọ bụ ife jọgburu onwe ya. Ọ bụ na Prime Minister pụta echi, he would definitely want to know what Biafra Unite did in his absence. In case you don't know, a lot of people, even those in the government, do not know the connection that I have with the Prime Minister Ekpa. They don't know. And they don't know how he counts on me. They don't know how he counts on me. Now I want to send my message to all parties involved. Everybody pay attention, please. My message is very simple. Why I'm sending this message is not because of what is going on social media, not just only that. Not only that, but because of the calls that I have received from what has appeared to me, two different parties. Please, dear friends, listen and listen very, very attentively. The calls that I have received from what has appeared to be two different parties for the past 48 hours, I have found it very, very disturbing and very, very imperative that I come here this evening to address everybody. I have received calls from the side of COS, those who are supporting COS, and I have received calls from the side of the finance minister, those who are supporting the finance minister. And in all the calls that I have received, everybody keep on pretending not to know what is going on so that they can tell me what is actually happening. I want to repeat again because that word is where I'm going to build my foundation. On all the calls that I have received, everybody wants to tell me what they want to tell me. I said, everybody wants to tell me what they want to tell me. Nobody is ready to be open for conversation. I am here for peace, and I am here for the continuation of the great movement for total exit from the Zoological Republic. We cannot deceive ourselves. We are still in exile. We cannot deceive ourselves. We are still in exile. Whether you like it or not, whether we say it or not, we are still in exile. That is the final point. We have redeclared Biafra, yes. Are we at home governing ourselves? The answer is no. We are still in exile. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you like the way I'm saying it or not, the truth of the matter is that we are still in exile. I have not come here to paint word or to listen to anybody. Nobody feeds me, nobody pays me anything. The truth of the matter, whether you want to hear it or not, is that we are still in exile. If we are not in exile, all of us should. There is a word used by our Prime Minister. He said, Biafra mass exodus. We all should have been here now. We all should have been here now, forming our. We should be here now, forming our electoral commission. That is going to be the number one thing for the BLGIE. Form our electoral commission, put fixed date, start campaigning and fixed date for election to happen. After Biafran people must have chosen who they want to govern them, then we will go into a new government here in homeland. That is how it's done. Let me tell you the truth. We are still in exile. So please, anybody who is calling me from the side of Mazo Genkere, the finance minister, or you are calling me from the side of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the CEO, please stop calling me already. Stop calling me already. I don't want to hear anything from anybody, because before the start of this battle or this fight you people are fighting within the cabinet, I was not aware. Nobody told me anything. You did not call me for a meeting. It beats my imagination to know that people who are fighting in this government with me will go to cabinet meeting for how long now? You don't ask yourself, why is Biafra Unite not present here? You don't ask yourself. I know some Biafrans will be having goosebumps to hear what I'm saying this night. You think I'm happy? You think I'm laughing? It is simply because I put Biafra first. That's why I don't speak. That's why I don't talk anyhow.